Hello, Anthony.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Vienna.
Thank you.
And welcome here in the Corner Gallery in Vienna.
Yeah.
Really a nice gallery.
Yes.
Pleasure that you are here.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your work? Something like.
I work on raw linen canvas, which is very textural. When I'm painting, I like to build up the surface and have this almost like relief aspect to it. They're mostly figurative works with people that feel a little bit like they seem somewhat jaded or in a state of ennui. In their sort of psychological poses, a bit of absurd situations sometimes.
Dancing on the bed.
Yeah, but at the same time a little bit romantic and heartfelt.
And then it's funny, it's not the light, but it's like the disco.
The disco,
yeah.
It kind of interrupts your expectation.
Yeah.
I like to present an idea of a narrative, but a very loose narrative where there's not a beginning or an end and it's not directed. I prefer that the viewer comes and takes their interpretation. I don't want to direct. I'm not much of a director, I'm more of a character study.
Okay. I I try, but it look like it's not only oil, it's oil, how is it, Kreide?
I mix in
mixed
wax and also sand to give it like a thicker texture.
Okay, because that's for its look.
Yeah, on this one not so much. There might be some sand here.
It's thick
here.
and thick.
Yeah, it's a very.
Something reminds me a little bit of Ansel Kiefer.
Mm-hmm. I love how, not as thick as his.
No, it's not, but it's like a little bit, not too much.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
too much.
Yeah.
I saw it outside in the other world.
Yes.
And I was come close and I thought what he put inside, but the effect reminded me of Ansel Kiefer.
Yes, I love.
Okay, I was not wrong.
And then these are almost, in terms of
this
technique,
is paper.
They're almost opposite. This is a Mylar, which is like a drafting film. So it's very, very thin, and I work on both sides of the paper. So all of this is on the back side.
And
then
to the front.
And the drawing
on the other side.
is on the front side. And then I put a little more paint on the front side.
It even look like a wood on the back.
Yeah, so if you look,
here.
If you look like at this one, for example, these areas here are like this, but they're on the back, so when you look through the paper,
the effect
is much softer. So the paper makes it so that it looks almost like encaustic medium or waxed. It becomes very foggy. Oh, yeah. So, and in these, I feel like I oftentimes will do the same image as this kind of loose drawing and also as a painting. But for me, these feel a bit more loose and open-ended because they're not as developed as the painting. So it's a different approach, but the figures are often constrained within the canvas or the paper itself. They're very to the edge.
It's your own technique, what you use here?
Yeah.
You
it's
find
also
it, or you know someone else who make like this?
No,
it's
this
really
I derived on my own.
You develop it.
I wanted to feel a little bit almost like a chalkboard or a blackboard, like very tentative in a way and very gestural, and that it could be gone if you just wiped over it or something.
Yeah, but it's super. It's really very nice.
Thank you.
Nice work, paper work.
Thank you.
Can we go to the next room and the big work?
Yeah.
And now here you use more with the sand, like here, like here. It's really thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see it in here too.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Construct
And I like this technique of when I'm working, for me, I go in with an idea, but it doesn't always go along with my initial expectation or something. So here you can sort of see the remnants of another painting underneath.
It's many layers.
Yeah, it gets built up, and I like the fact that you can see other interpretations that are underneath.
And it's again now these two guys dancing in the other one.
So I mean, it's not
different
the
other two guys.
for me, it's not the same people, but it's
okay.
fine if you want to see it that way. I like it.
I asked,
Yeah.
because we just came from the other room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't discourage any interpretation. I like that people make those connections, or whatever connection that they want to make. So, but I like more the emotional state of the figures, and that they're not. I never really paint specific people. They're more stand-ins for a kind of universal figure in a way.
It's a child.
If you want it to be, yes. To me, it's sort of adolescent, young adult. I mean, again, a bit ambiguous, but I like playing with the lighting coming in and this kind of texture and the clothing in the background and building up the surface that way. And also, I enjoy painting with colors that are somewhat earth tone, but then also these kind of sharper, more acidic colors that offset it, that feel a little bit wrong. Because I like it when a work feels wrong, like that it's
not so perfect.
Yeah, I want it to be a little bit broken.
Something different. Okay. But on the end, it's look great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it should look that there should be a tension, that that there's beauty that allows you to look deeper into something that maybe is not quite so beautiful.
Okay. So, it's a soldier. Or it's just a wound.
In my mind, it's more just somebody who's hiking, but it's actually the title of this is it's called Atlas Crossing the Darien Gap. So it's a reference to mythology, the character Atlas that he has carrying the whole world on his back.
My grandson is named Atlas.
Really, I love that name. That's great.
Sure. This is nice.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So he's Atlas, but also the Darien Gap is, especially in North America, it's a very treacherous part of the terrain where migrants who are coming from South America to America, they have to cross this area, and many people get injured or die, and it's a very treacherous,
difficult, dangerous way.
Yeah. So it's a painting that is very bright and lively and a little bit humorous, because you see this person hiking with a cast and crutches, which seems a bit absurd. But then it also has a darker side that offsets that
reason.
Yeah, so again, I like this sort of duality, that you can look at it in different ways and interpret it, however you see fit.
Beautiful. Okay, we have this little one. You have something with the shoes. I saw it already before. You are not a shoe fanatic.
No, but I like painting them.
You like to paint the shoes, okay. But I noticed it already on the invitation photo.
Yeah,
I really like it.
The chair is inside the shoe.
Yeah, the chair wearing the shoe.
Yes.
Let's say, or
yeah.
One leg is from the guy and one leg is the chair. Okay, and the flower.
Yeah.
It's something. It's the humor and all this.
I like the humor, and I like the art historical references of let's say like Gauguin's, not Gauguin, well the figure to me reminds me a tiny bit of a Gauguin painting, but then the flowers remind me of Van Gogh's irises.
You should see his exhibition. It's running now in the Frank Austria Art
okay.
Forum.
I'm going
Just
tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
So I mean, when I was younger, I went to school for art history, and so I always, it's in my mind, like these different painters that I reference, and so I think that ends up in my work naturally, whether I try to or not.
You have your influence from different artists. You take from each one something.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's good. It's really important.
I think it's important to look at like the history,
Yeah.
but also to bring something new to it as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of the works.
The inspiration, but you have your feeling, your style, and I understand it. Yeah.
And a lot of the works have this like a polarization or posterization, where it almost looks a bit like a negative, where the shadow in a way is brighter than anything else, and that's something that I take from previous bodies of work where I was drawing and painting my own negative and using that to make photographs. Yes. And I have a history of photography, so yes, more of the shoes.
One more shoes.
Yeah.
I really like it. They are nice.
So, and I also really like to paint in this way that it's a little bit painterly, but then it's a random number that I made up for a room that seems like a good number. Okay. Like if you're in a hotel room, like 307 sounds nice.
Sounds good.
A lot of times there's like a reason, but it's not really a specific reason for some of the decisions that I make.
I really like this. It has something, not only Ansel's, but something from Old Meister.
Yeah, it's like a sort of the halo that comes from the spotlight, but then the colors have this amber.
Of this Old Meister.
Yeah, I want all of them to have a feel like they were painted maybe 60 or 70 years ago, that they have this patina.
Yeah.
That they've been sitting around so long that the colors changed. You know.
Yeah. But you make it.
Yeah. But I also like to paint in this way that there's a lot of almost drawing in it as well, with the line linear work.
I thought it's like, how you call it, oil kreide,
pencil? Like the, yes, yeah.
You don't use, it's not...
I used it a little bit in the one with the horses.
Okay.
But not typically, no.
Not typically.
I've done it a little bit, but not much.
Okay.
So...
Can we go there?
Sure.
Here's again the paperwork.
Yeah, this is again work on Mylar, and so it's mostly acrylic and a little bit of graphite, and sometimes I use chalk, but not very often. I want it to look like
but it's
chalk.
also this double side.
Exactly.
On the paper.
Yeah.
Okay. And we come to the famous work. And this, in this case, is how many shoes? Five. Why five? Wow. He didn't decide which one to wear. Or?
I like that it's almost a little bit this like format of tarot cards. If you're getting like a tarot reading. Also, four shoes to me. Four shoes in a way makes too much sense. Five shoes creates more of a narrative in a way. And then I also like the way that the laces of the shoes kind of intertwine in this way, that they're like tied and has this nice little painterly moment. So, I mean, sometimes for me, I like the fact that there's no reason to do something.
The face look very childish, something like an angel.
Yeah.
You don't think?
Yeah, a bit like
something,
some sort of
angel face, child.
Like a Bernini cherub.
Beautiful. And what is this with us?
This is entitled...
It's a new kind of still life.
Exactly. It's called fruit bowl, and so it's sort of this idea that like this is a bowl of fruit, like a still life, but he's also a live model, and this is kind of like a bowl. Also, it's a very humorous kind of, I guess, pose, and then the way that it's set up is as if it's in an art studio or something, with this backdrop in the table. Again, I like the idea of the absurd and the humor, but then also relying on certain poses.
I think it's a beautiful still life, completely new art of still life.
Yeah.
It's great, really nice.
A little bit, it's a reference to, you know, Erwin Wurm. You have a show here at the Albertina, I think, with Erwin Wurm. But he has these... Yes, he has the 1 minute sculptures, and I think he has one where someone's supposed to hold some oranges like in their feet, and it's a bit of a nod to him as well.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Now we walk through super. So all the exhibition. And thank you very much. Thank you really very much for all the explanation, and how long you are going to stay here?
I leave Sunday morning, so I have 2 more days.
2? Are you in New York?
Yes, I live in New York.
In New York,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you come again to Vienna.
I hope so too. I'm so excited to be here. I've always wanted to come. So. It's great.
It will be nice. I like it. I like it very much. Beautiful work.
Thank you so much.
Something special, and wish you a lot of luck. And
thank you.
I hope we keep in touch.
Yes, thank you. Very nice to meet you. So, thank you.